Welcome back to another episode of Bronco Talk, where we break down everything happening in Boise State athletics, the stories, the stars, the big moments, all of it. I'm Nick Wade, here with my guy, Sam Gillette, and today we've got a special guest who's become a cornerstone of Boise State women's basketball.
That's right, Nick. Joining us is senior guard / forward Natalie Pasco, now officially one of the top 5 scorers in program history and second all-time in three-pointers. She's helped lead the Broncos to one of their best seasons in years, and with March approaching, there's a lot to talk about.
Natalie, welcome in. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, you've now moved into the top 5 all-time scorers at Boise State and sit second in career threes. When you hear this said out loud, what goes through your mind?
I mean, it's honestly crazy. Coming into college, I didn't expect this, but through lots of hard work and my teammates, I think being able to accomplish these things. So it's just cool to see.
Back when you first arrived on campus, did you ever picture your name sitting among the program's legends, or did those milestones just happen naturally while you focused on competing?
Yeah, I think definitely happened naturally. Not something I focused on, but it's just crazy to think about and see my name up there. So.
And you've become one of the most consistent shooters in the Mountain West. When I listen to other broadcasts, other teams fear your proficiency from beyond the arc. How has your confidence evolved from your early seasons up until now?
My confidence has definitely grown. I think, especially junior and senior year, just kind of buying more into my role, knowing that I'm going to be scouted as a shooter. So just kind of playing into that and feeding off my teammates has helped me definitely to grow.
As a senior, how much responsibility do you feel to set the tone, not just on the stat sheet, but emotionally, leadership-wise, getting the girls up for the game and all that?
Yeah, I think it's definitely important. This year we have a bunch of new freshmen, some transfers, so just kind of showing the team the culture and how we do things around here has been really important for me and the rest of the seniors, just to have the successful season that we are having.
And, I've had the blessing to watch not only your career, but the other Fab 3 in the last 4 years. This year's improvement is hard to ignore. You guys are 22-6 overall, 13-4 in conference. Last year you had veterans like Abby Muse, Elodie Lalott, and Mary Kay Narrow. So last season did look a little bit different. What's been the biggest shift inside the locker room this season?
Yeah, I think our previous seniors did a great job of kind of showing us the standard. But this year, us 4 seniors, we talked before the season, and we just really, knowing this is our last year, and we just really want to win a championship. So kind of talking before season about how we want to do things and just staying united was part of our plan to be so successful.
I'm going to stray off topic just a little bit, but do you feel that this game against San Diego State Wednesday, do you feel that is pretty much the first step towards championship?
Yeah, definitely. I think the first time we played them was not our best performance at all, and we know we're capable of so much more. So definitely have a little fire under us to come out strong against them on Wednesday.
So does this group operate under a different kind of belief or urgency, or is there a spark that comes from somewhere that may be outside of the leadership?
Yeah, I think for our team specifically, we're just really connected, and we just want to focus on each other, playing off of each other, hyping each other up, things like that. Just helps us get ready to go for these big games.
And we've spoke to Danny and Tatum and Maya, and they, we heard them talk about, that kind of grouping that you guys had in the off season, and where you guys talked about the standard, and even Danny said it kind of irked her that you guys haven't, got that ring yet. So talking about the standard, aiming for championships, no excuses. What does that look like day to day in processing that?
Yeah, I would say we just focus on the little things. When we talked, we came up with a word that we focused for this season, which was built. So with everything we do each day, like the little things in the weight room, getting those extra shots up after practice, showing up early, watching extra film, just those little things that we can control on a daily basis is what helps to separate you in the long run and get us to the end and hopefully win that championship. So that's kind of what we do and focus on and help talk about that with the underclassmen as well.
And Nick made a comment earlier about the strong teammates you played with, like Abby Muse and Elodie and Mary Kay, throughout your career. How has the leadership dynamic evolved from playing with those strong teammates and into this veteran-heavy core this season?
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, we were considered underclassmen, and we had that leadership for basically 3 whole years. So just kind of watching what they do and how they led our team has helped us this year to grow and to kind of take over and pick it up and help continue lead those freshmen and the new people on our team and show them how we do things here.
Real quick follow-up on that. You mentioned leading the freshmen. Who's the next Natalie Pasco?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I would say Izzy can shoot it, so I would say her.
All right.
So Izzy's the heir apparent to such a sharp shooting guard like yourself. So let's talk about the 71-48 win over San Jose State just recently. From the opening tip, it felt like Boise State was in control. What was the mindset going into that matchup? I know it was on the road, and it definitely looked like you guys were taking that game seriously. So what was your guys' mindset?
Yeah, I would say the first time we played them, we obviously won by a good amount, but just knowing that each game is just as important as the next, we needed that win just as much as we're going to need the win on Wednesday. So being locked in mentally and physically from the start, I think this year we focused a lot on coming out strong and setting the tone from the beginning and playing the game at our pace, under control like that. So we just want to do all those things against San Jose, and I think we were able to accomplish that.
Yeah, you guys shot 43% from the field and from three-point, 75 from the charity stripe. Had 5 less turnovers and 46-32 on rebounds. Never trailed the entire game and really had a dominating performance. You finished yourself with 7 points, 4 assists, really solid defensive minutes, even on a night where scoring was spread out. How do you personally measure success in games like that?
I would say just looking at the whole team, I think they kind of were like guarding the wings pretty tightly at some points. So that kind of opened up our inside. The post got things going for us. So kind of think we focused on playing off each other, building off each other, and not necessarily like one person has to score, one person had a good game. It's more of a collective team game, playing good defense, and just being on the same page. I think that's what we focus on.
Now, the game against San Jose State was not like the one before, where you guys really took some grit and ground out a nice win against Nevada. Defensively, the team held San Jose State to 48 points. Overall, it seemed like you guys were just locking them down the entire game. Didn't really see any runs from San Jose State. What stood out to you on that side of the ball?
Yeah, I think just focusing, just kind of being more in a defensive mindset. Our defense definitely fuels our offense. So this year, I'd say we've been trying to work on that more often and be in those gaps and be there for your teammates. So I think focusing on that is what helps us to get our transition, fuels our offense, which is things that we also are working on. So
one thing I've admired about watching this team this year is any one position can go off on a scoring spree at any given time with Tatum, Danny, Maya, and yourself. How dangerous do you feel this team becomes when especially if they're all going off at the same time.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty dangerous. I think that's why we can be so good is because on nights like I said, when they're basically just shutting out the wings and me and Danny are getting denied the ball, Libby and Tatum are able to kind of take control of the game inside on the post like that. Maya does a great job buying into her role and being our point guard and sharing the ball, but she also can still knock down those shots and is just as capable as the rest to have those big games and go off. So it's kind of hard to take away every aspect from us. So I think that's why we're able to be so successful.
And I know that you guys are taking one game at a time, but do you feel like a game like that sends a message to the league that it's not just about your scoring, but also they need to be aware of your defense too?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've improved in that area a lot. So being able to have games like that and is just helpful for others to see, and maybe they'll think about their offense a little bit more and what they have to do to prepare for us.
Speaking of preparing for you, let's shift to San Diego State. Big game. We made mention of it a little bit earlier. Really even on the score sheet. Your Boise State comes in scoring 71 points, the San Diego State 70.5. It's the defense that is probably going to be the tell in this one, where San Diego State's only given up 59.5 to Boise State 64. Everything else is pretty much even. So the tell is the defense in this one.
Yeah.
You have them at home. You'll have the Extra Mile Arena crowd show up. Pack the X, by the way, if you're watching. What stands out when you watch them on film? What needs to happen, especially defensively, to shut San Diego State down?
Yeah, they're pretty heavy on that pick and roll, how much they use that and how successful they are off that. So we kind of talked about it at practice and worked on a little bit today, but just filling up those gaps and trying to get the ball out of the point guard's hand and just be able to rotate quickly and just be mentally locked in on each possession. I think that's going to be really important for us. We know our offensive game will come, so just not forcing those shots and letting our defensive positions help us to get those better looks on offense. So that's what we're going to focus on.
And you played in some plenty of major games. Off the top of my head, I think that you guys played in the NIT a couple years ago. What does and from a year like this, in where you guys are really doing very well, both offensively and defensively, what is a matchup like this, not just for the standings, but for confidence heading into March tournament play?
Yeah, it's definitely going to help us. I mean, this is a very big game for us, and I would say probably one of the biggest that I've played here so far in my career. So, I mean, I'm excited to play, and I think that's just going to help us, especially if we get down the road at that tournament and these big games and close games, things like that, where we just need to be locked in on every little thing we do. But it'll be a fun game, and I think our team is excited and definitely will be ready to go on Wednesday.
We already talked a little bit about what to do to shut San Diego State down, but are there anything outside of the pick and pops and all that that might present a bigger challenge, especially defensively or even offensively? And what areas do you think y'all can exploit to get the job done?
Yeah, I would say just playing under control and have pace. I think sometimes we get a little rushed offensively, but as long as we get a shot up, we know that there's a very high chance that we're going to make that. So just not turning the ball over, being strong, not letting the other team be more physical than us. And I think just focusing on rebounding also defensively, not letting them get those second chance points is going to be important for us.
And you guys are heading into the X on Wednesday. There's just a handful of games left of the season. And so that being said, you guys are 14-1 at home. it was awesome to see you grab that win back from Grand Canyon, that lone loss. So that made me really happy. How important is playing this game at home with Bronco Nation behind you, especially since there's only a few games left?
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, every time that we step on that court, it's a new opportunity, and we just want to protect the home court. We have a great gym, and so just playing our best here is always a priority for us.
As the regular season wraps up, how do you balance staying locked in on each game while still knowing the Mountain West tournament is right around the corner?
Yeah, I would just say taking everything day by day. Obviously, still think about the tournament a little bit and how exciting and fun that will be to play. But we still have games to play before we get there. So just being locked in mentally and physically, focusing on sleep and just little things like that for each game so we can continue to get these wins before and hopefully give ourselves the best opportunity and get that bye in the tournament game.
Does meditating on the word built, help you guys stay locked in and focused as you're building this season game by game?
Yeah, definitely. I think we have a board in our film room that has it up there and all of our goals and little things. So just remembering those goals that we did set at the beginning of the year and what we want to accomplish and knowing how we're going to accomplish that is really important each day, and just remembering that and staying locked in.
You've kind of been through the highs and the lows of past seasons. Most recently, obviously, the not so great showing against Colorado and Utah this season. What lessons are guiding your mindset now to prevent that from happening moving forward?
Yeah, I would say especially this year and in previous seasons, we've been in those tough positions. So honestly, just knowing what that feels like and what the locker room's like after those losses fuels us for the next game. And we don't want to have that feeling ever again, and know that we're capable of more. So just leaving it all out in the court is really important to do.
All right, Natalie, you're not just chasing individual marks anymore. Not that you were, but that's a nice thing about it. But you've also been chasing a banner. What would winning a Mountain West championship mean to you?
I mean, everything. I mean, since freshman year, us Core 4 seniors have been talking about it since basically the moment we stepped on campus. So just finally achieving that goal would be just so awesome, and especially with all my teammates by our side. So we're definitely gonna have a good run in the tournament.
Yeah, we talked about if everybody's hitting and scoring at will, this team can be super dangerous. If everyone's playing and the team is playing at the full potential, how far do you believe Boise State can go beyond the conference tournament?
That's a good question. I think we could go pretty far. I mean, it depends on who we play, but I think we would just take it game by game and just prepare however we could for whatever team we would be up against.
And the great thing about it is everybody's in the same boat. It's hard to win 3 or 4 games in a row, on a neutral court. So so everybody's vying to do the same thing. When your Boise State career is wrapped up, how do you hope fans remember Natalie Pasco, both the player and the leader and the student athlete?
I would say just a great teammate, player for this team. I think I hoped over my 4 years that I've contributed and added value to this team. So I hope that's something people see.
Is there a single moment, a game, a shot, or even just a practice memory that feels like it defines your journey here at Boise State?
I would say last year against San Jose, actually. I had a pretty good game. It was actually my birthday. But I just had a lot of fun playing with my teammates, and we had a lot of good energy on the court. So that's definitely one of the games that I remember the most.
Do you guys get up more for someone's birthday if their birthday falls on a game day? Like, we got to win it for them?
I guess so, yeah.
Nice. So for the younger players who dream of leaving a legacy like yours and the other Fab Three, what advice would you give about making the most of their time at Boise State?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing that I kind of focused on and what our coaches help us to do is just having consistency. I think there's little things like I said earlier, like getting up extra shots after practice and work in the summer like that. Little things like that go unnoticed, but it definitely adds and builds to your game. So just working on those areas you need to improve in the off season, and just showing up every day at practice and being consistent is what helps you to grow and be successful on the court.
Preparation.
Well, we got the easy questions out of the way, so let's move to a little lightning round and get into the tough ones.
All right.
So just first thing that pops in mind, there's no wrong answers unless you choose the wrong one that I'm thinking of. No wrong answers. Let's have some fun here at the end of the show. Your favorite warm-up song?
Oh boy. Favorite warm-up song? Honestly, sometimes I like a good country song during warm-ups.
Your favorite Boise restaurant?
Eureka.
Does pineapple go on pizza?
Yes.
Yes. Stanley or Owala?
Stanley.
Yeti or Arctic?
Yeti.
Fry sauce or ketchup?
Fry sauce.
Favorite non-basketball sport to watch?
Volleyball.
Snow or beaches?
Beaches.
If you're stuck on an island, what 3 items do you bring?
My phone, water, and maybe a friend. That counts as an item.
That's great. Well, Natalie, thanks so much for joining us. Always great insight, always great energy, and we know Bronco Nation is pumped to see you and this team, see what you do over the next few weeks, especially Wednesday night. Bronco Nation, pack the X, huge game against first place San Diego State.
I'm going to be there. And finally, I asked this of all of our guests. What kind of message do you have for Bronco Nation heading into the San Diego State game in this final push towards Las Vegas?
Yeah, I would say the crowd really gets us going. So show up, be loud, and we'll be excited to play.
Awesome. Thanks again for joining us, Nat.
Thank you.
Yep. Well, Bronco Nation, there's big games ahead, big opportunities ahead. And to everyone watching, thank you for tuning in to Bronco Talk. Make sure you're always loud at the X. Stay locked in for the stretch run, and we'll see you next time as we continue following this championship chase.
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Blue Elevation Elevating, Bronco sports through fans like you. Every donation fuels Boise State athletics, scholarships, and community projects, helping student athletes reach championship levels. With over $13,000 raised, Blue Elevation is Boise State's #1 crowdsourcing outlet. Join the movement, elevate the Broncos, and make every gift count. Visit blueelevation.org to elevate Boise State to the next level.